Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you love Juice WRLD. Well, if you are a Juice WRLD fan, I have some unbelievably good news for you. Now, since the release of his new album, millions of fans across the world have now been waiting very patiently for his new deluxe version of that album. But what if I actually told you guys, instead of the deluxe album, we will now be receiving a massive amount of unreleased songs from Juice WRLD. Now, this news is absolutely insane, and I will be explaining it all in this video today, so make sure you guys watch this video all the way until the end, because this information in this video is something that you're not going to want to miss out on. Now, since Juice WRLD's very sad passing, it obviously affected millions of people around the world, including myself. Juice WRLD was just starting in the music industry, and he was actually seen as one of the largest rappers of our time in a very short career. I mean, he had some very true talent, which is why so many people loved him. And well, a few months ago, we actually received his new album, Legends Never Die, which was his first album since he left us sadly. And well, personally, that album definitely did not disappoint. That album, to me, was actually one of the best albums of 2020. Not only that, but it was actually one of the highest selling albums of the year, and it featured many great songs. Overall, I rate the album a 10 out of 10. Now, with that album's release, however, many people are now waiting very patiently for the deluxe version of the album, as Lil Bibby actually tweeted about a week after the album's original release that they were actually working on a deluxe version, and well, that deluxe version is actually never going to be coming out. Now, the news actually came out recently, but I will be telling you today that allegedly the deluxe version of his new album will never be released. So when Juice WRLD signed to his record label Interscope, he actually signed for a certain amount of single releases and album releases. So just in case you are unaware, how it works is when you sign to a music label, you basically get a lump sum of cash, which a lot of people refer to it as the signing bonus, and then in return, you must create a certain amount of albums and singles for the record label that they can release, and that's how they make their money back, plus a little bit of interest. That's why also a lot of people say never sign to a music label, because sometimes that interest that they take off the album sales is a pretty hefty amount depending how the album does. Now, with the release of Juice WRLD's new album, he actually now completed his record label requirement. This is basically meaning that he is now let free from the music label. Now, while this does sound concerning, just make sure you hear me out and continue watching, because now I'm about to explain why Juice WRLD being released from his music label will be a very good thing for us fans. So now that Juice WRLD is released from his record label, this now means that Juice WRLD's family is now in charge of his music. They are now in charge of his music releases, merch releases, basically anything to do with his name and music, they are in charge of. And if you have been following anything from Juice WRLD's girlfriend, she has stated many times on Instagram Live that one of her own personal main goals is to have all of his fans hear all of the unreleased music that are sitting in an unreleased music vault. Now, Juice WRLD's family, and she, if she has a part of it, can now legally do that now that the music label is out of the way. Now, I'm not entirely sure who is now in charge of all of Juice WRLD's music and all of his clothing lines and things like that. I would assume that it is his family, and his girlfriend probably has a tie into that some way. So whatever decision that they make is actually going to be very beneficial to us, because if Juice WRLD's girlfriend wants all of us fans to hear all of his unreleased music, then she is probably going to be doing that, as that is one of her main goals. Now, if you are thinking, why didn't the music label just release all of the unreleased songs? Well, they were actually never allowed to release a massive amount of music. because then the record deal that Juice WRLD signed would have been over very fast, as well as the fact that I'm pretty sure that they were only allowed to release a certain amount of singles and a certain amount of albums. So for all Juice WRLD fans, including myself, this all basically means that Juice WRLD will be returning with a ton of unreleased music coming in the future. Now this is super exciting, and it's actually been rumored that Juice WRLD could have anywhere from 400 to 700 songs sitting in a music vault waiting to be released. Now I doubt that 400 or 700 songs will all be released at once, but what you could expect is probably about 3 albums a year, as well as a single release every single month. That is my personal guess. They're going to release about 3 to 4 albums a year and about 1 single every month. Honestly, that's perfectly fine with me. If anything, I'm okay with even just a couple of songs a year. Now make sure you keep watching, because this is some exclusive information. So, if you actually are a fan of Juice WRLD, you would know the true message behind his music. And if actually you know his true message, you would know he created music that would go out and help people that are kind of in need of it. People that are down on their luck, like he was for a majority of his life. And well, if he wanted to create and spread that message, his family, and I obviously know his girlfriend, know that he would want all of his unreleased music to help those people that need it. So it makes perfect sense on now that he is let go of his record label. It makes perfect sense now that his family will just start pumping out the unreleased music out of the music vault, as yes, it will make a lot of money. I won't lie to you, it will make a ton of money for his family, but even then, Juice WRLD wanted that for his family anyway. He wanted his family to have a good amount of money, but more importantly, he wanted to create and spread a message that will help a ton of people that are in need of it. So his family obviously most likely knows that, so they will be starting to pump out all of the unreleased music to help out those people. Now I know a lot of people watching this video actually probably were helped out by Juice WRLD's music, and if you are one of them, make sure you guys comment down below. I would love to know your guys' stories. If Juice WRLD's music helped you in any sort of way, I would love to read them. So honestly, I couldn't be more excited for this. I did see a lot of people concerned online that, him being let free from his music label means no more music. Well, no, that's not what it means at all. If anything, we're going to be getting more music now that there is no cap or no release limit on music that has to be released per year. We could honestly, who knows, we could wake up one day to 100-song playlist being released by Juice WRLD's family with a ton of unreleased music. Now obviously that's a little bit far-fetched, but still, we could even see a 20-song playlist be released. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. But if you are a Juice WRLD fan, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are excited, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Anyways guys, it has been District Trending. I am ending the video here. I'm out. Peace.